I'm Kelly Yelates, and I had breast cancer, but I rang the bell, so I'm in recovery.
I'm Barry Yelates. I had radiation on my knees for arthritis, and I'm pain-free. Oh, it feels great. I mean, I thank God every time I walk upstairs or run around the bases or play pickleball, so it feels wonderful. And I'd been trying, I've been suffering with the pain in my knees for almost a year. You know, I tried the cortisone, no results. I tried the gel in the knees, a little bit of relief, but hardly anything. And I'd been sitting in the evening with ice every night and still doing my activities, trying to keep up on my activities as much as I could. It was still a lot of pain. And I thought, you know, I like Dr. Brooks a lot. You know, he's very personable. And so is the staff here. I mean, it's like family. You know, everybody, you know, just welcomes you and treats you well. And after meeting Dr. Brooks and getting to know him and how well he worked with Kelly, and he told me the story of the whole, you know, arthritis thing. And he actually said he wasn't a believer at first. And he tried to, he started to try it on patients here, and he was getting good results. And I thought, hey, I'm gonna try it. And it's been just about 2 months now, and I'm running pain-free and walking pain-free and climbing steps, and going down steps was actually worse than going up, and I'm doing that pain-free. So I'm very grateful, very thankful. You know, all my doctors were telling me, just keep doing what you're doing. You know, just keep playing softball and pickleball and golf and anything else that you're doing. And so I did. I continued in all of that, but it was extremely painful. Well, it's a big relief, you know, not to be thinking about the pain all the time and how you're going to cope with it and how you're going to manage it and still continue to be active.
I really enjoyed it. I felt very comfortable. They explained everything very well. Talking to the nurses, you can ask her girl to girl more questions.
You know, as we got into the process, and it didn't really take long, just in the first couple of days, you know, I could tell that, you know, the staff and the doctors were caring. And, you know, our first visit with Dr. Brooks that day and in the office, I mean, he just sets you at ease. And, you know, he was telling us, you know, we're gonna get through this, everything's gonna be fine, you're gonna get on to the other side of this and live a long, happy life. So it was wonderful. You know, it was wonderful working with the doctors and with the staff. We never had to wait very long at all for our treatment or to see the doctor.
Took you longer to get here than the treatment was itself.
You go into a lot of doctors' offices and it's, you know, it's more all business and, you know, it's hi and bye and, you know, give me your insurance card, let me see your credit card.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really any of that here. I mean, they were more concerned about us as individuals.
And we'd said we were going on a trip, so they always ask us, you know, are you excited about your trip? And when we came back, you know, they wanted to know about it and stuff. And Dr. Brooks actually wanted to see pictures of our trip, you know. So we showed them.
They're great people.
Just a homey, clean, comfortable place. You know, they even had a puzzle out there for you to do.
Yeah, and when I was waiting on her before I started my treatments, it was, you know, it was a great, they allowed you to go back. That, you know, a lot of offices don't allow you access to like the room where they take the patients, but you know, I could walk back there in and out of there anytime I wanted. Not, of course, not into where the machine was, but in her waiting room, I could spend that time with her there, or I could spend it out. Very comfortable waiting room. I think that has to do a lot with the homey feeling, because it's not like you were restricted. Okay, you stay here, you know, only you are allowed back here. And it allowed us to be with one another and support one another.
It made me feel comfortable that he was right there with me, you know.
So the process is really, it's quick, it's easy, and the staff explain to you, okay, you know, we'll be out. You know, they're constantly telling us, you know, it's only going to be a couple minutes, Mr. Yelates, we'll be out for you. And Yeah, and then you always got the good feeling when they said, "You're done."
Just total numbness, like this can't be happening. So it was just a total shock. And I did have a good girlfriend. I think God put her there in my place that had gone through the same thing. She says, "This is what I did. This is probably what you're going to have to do." And that's exactly what happened. So as they explained everything to me, I says, "Okay, my friend got through this. I'm going to get through it." And, you know, I knew God was going to take care of me one way or the other. So I got through. I rang the bell. Oh, like relief. Relief. And we were going on that cruise the day after I rang the bell. So it was like, yay, you know, two things to look forward to.
I would just say that the quality and the professionalism of the staff.
And the knowledge they have.
Yeah, and the friendliness. You know, I mean, all those things combined, you know, they're personable, they're knowledgeable, and they care. And you can, it didn't take us long, you know, within the first, in our first visit, we knew that was the environment here.
They put me at ease, and I felt very valued.
You know, when we were here, we felt like we were their #1 priority. We do recommend the staff and the facility to anybody, and we know, you know, we feel confident that if they would come here, they would get the exact same treatment that
That we did.
that we got.